Hey gamers, welcome to another War Game Wednesday, and today we're taking a look at the Aeronautica Imperialis Wrath of Angels box set. I've been waiting a while to get this one, finally got it in. I'm excited for the models, especially the Space Marines, because they're completely new to Aeronautica. So let's get it over to the table, crack it open, and see what comes inside. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Aeronautica Imperialis Wrath of Angels, a game of aerial combat in the 41st millennium. Some of the box art. Side panel. This is the third installment of this game so far, and I gotta say I'm really excited. And I know it's more Aeronautica, but I'm committed to this game. I'm committed to picking up the rest of them. If they make more, I'm getting them too. It's just such a great game, and I'm excited to see that they're adding all these factions to this game, and I'll go over that in a minute. But you know, this is the Eldari, whatever you want to call them. They were in the Forge World series of Aeronautica, so we've had these before. The Space Marines are brand new. And everybody's like, oh, Space Marines, whatever. But this is new. They're new to the game, and that's really exciting because it means that their Games Workshop is following through with committing to these forces. And they've already shown leaks, pictures of the Necron flyers. So I'm really excited. We haven't even gotten the Chaos Fighters yet, which existed in the Forge World game. So there's potential for so much more coming. I'm really excited, and I'm really happy to support this game. Let's take a look at what's inside the box here. If I can get the lid off. It's on there tight. Alright, look at that. The side panel has pictures of the fighters. There is one more Eldar bomber, the Vampire Raider, I believe it's called. It's not out yet, but I'm wondering, I'm hoping they're going to put that out. Alright, so let's take a look at this stuff little by little. Alright, you get a total of 4 sprues, 2 Space Marine, 2 Eldar. We'll go over these in detail in a minute. You get a bag of aces, and you get your dice. You have a really cool insert like in the rest of them. All the GW games now are starting to come with these little photo inserts. On the other side, you've got a list of what comes in the box. You have your core rules in your templates and scenarios. Our battle mat. Paper. Yeah, it's a paper mat. Extra bases and stems, as you can see. You have decal sheet. And this one is, yeah, it looks like Imperials. So you got Salamanders, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, no Imperial Fists. Okay. Alright, well, we gotta do it. Oh, there's Eldar there too, up top. Not a lot, but they're there. You got your instructions or build instructions and stats for the ships. So there you go. Alright, here's the first sprue we're going to take a look at. This is the Eldar Nightwing, and this is from the designs of Forge World. Just way more detail, not crisp, you know. bigger. They're a little bit bigger than the Forge World ones. More fit for Titanicus and Epic, which leads me to believe, or at least hope, that maybe we'll get Epic back, or at least a core set of rules for it, you know? A lot of people are playing it online. They're just 3D printing stuff out, but it would be nice to have an official set of rules for Epic, you know, back, that you can include these standard 40K armies and your Titans. That would just be phenomenal. All right, here we have the Phoenix Bomber. Really cool. Again, another Forge World design. I love the forward sweeping wings. This really fits in, if you look, like it just fits in really well with the current Eldar range, you know, the wave serpents and the things like that. So much detail on these fighters, you know. I mean, I love resin models, but this just to produce them at this scale, you know, at this much, is really good. All right, here we have the Space Marine Xiphon Fighter, or Xiphon Interceptor. That's what it is. I think it's an Interceptor, yeah. Very cool. A buddy of mine has this full-scale one, like the Forge World one. He painted, he has the full-scale one, but he reversed all the wings. So they're swept back, kind of like a Mark II Starfighter from Battlestar Galactica. Very cool looking design. Bulky, you know, you can tell a Space Marine sits in there. They're very fast, real fast fighters. Hope you guys can see those details, man. Just phenomenal. Last but certainly not least, the Storm Eagle gunship. Now these, I have one of these in full size. I love this kit. Like, Forge World took the Storm Raven from Space Marines 40K range and extended the fuselage, gave it different weapon options, and called them Storm Eagles and Fire Raptor gunships. And these are just, I love the look of these. They remind me so much of the LAT gunships from Clone Wars. You know what I'm talking about. Just big, bulky looking gunships. This one is more of a transport. So this is to get troops to the ground and things like that, which I like about this game because they have those types of objectives. So it's not just shoot my guys out of the sky. You actually, you know, you have missions that require you to do very specific things in a short amount of time, because none of these things these games don't last long. These fighters don't have that much fuel to be running like 10 rounds, you know. Alrighty, so there you go. There you have it. Aeronautica Imperialis Wrath of Angels. We're gonna get these guys built, and we'll get back and we'll take a look at the models when they're done. All right, so here we are. This is the contents of the Wrath of Angels box. So we've got our 2 Storm Eagles. We've got 3 Xiphon Interceptors. We've got 3 Nightwings and 3 Phoenix Bombers. And these went together really well. There was just a few little things that I want to make note of. Nothing bad, but just something to pay attention to. So for this was the easiest one to put together, the Xiphon Fighter. It's really, really simple, straightforward. What I would suggest, instead of building them one at a time, you know, like build one completely and then build another one and build another, I would just build them all together, but do each step for each one. So part 1 and part 2, do that. Then do it for the next one, then do it for the next one. That way you don't get confused on what sides these guns go on. Or, you know, you might get them upside down or whatever, but nothing too bad. This one, the Storm Eagle, you can see the detail on here is just ridiculous. And I have this in the full size. It looks exactly the same. So there's a lot of little fiddly bits inside here. The missile pods are like 3 pieces. The thrusters, you know, all these little verniers. So you just gotta pay attention to which direction these pieces go in. You know. Give me a second, sorry. Come on. There we go. So just pay attention, you know what I mean? And like I said, the same thing. Do the same thing with these. There's only 2 of them. When you build them, don't just build one by itself. Start the fuselage, and start the fuselage on the next one, and just go by part. That way you don't get these mixed up. I did lose one of these. Clipping it off, it just flew off into the sky and disappeared. So I have one without, but that's okay. I'm gonna use a piece of plastic card and we'll patch that up unless I find the little piece that it came with. These are the trickiest ones to do. Not because they're complex, they're really simple, but in this, if you see the wing, there's 2 pieces. There's a back piece and then there's this wing. They're sweeping. See that? They sweep downward. So you got to make sure you put the right number on the right side, otherwise it won't close and it'll look funny. You can also position these with the wings open, kind of like an F-14. But I personally, I don't like that look for these. Like I like the swept back wing. It just looks a lot better. And this one gives you weapon options. So you can actually change this weapon here. And you can also, see, it's this one. No, it's the other one. This one, yeah, you can just change this. You can have different weapons for these. You see? So, and all of them are available. So just go with rule of cool, whatever you want, you know, or what you think is best for your game, you know, or for your style of play, I should say. Now, this one, the Phoenix Bomber, went together very, very easily. This is really simple, you know, 2 halves, but the wings, this is where I was saying, and with the Nightwing as well. All these bases won't stay on. All these little tail wings have very specific numbers, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got to put them in the right way, otherwise they'll be facing the wrong way, or they'll be canted the wrong way. So same thing with this one. You get the numbers right and the size is right, and they'll cant the right way. But otherwise, everything else is pretty straightforward on this one. Same thing with this one. You can change the underbelly weapons, and you can change the fuselage weapons. You can see that, but there's little missiles there. Some have other stuff. So pretty straightforward. Like I said, they're not complicated. They're really fun to build. You just got to pay attention for the Eldar wings. Like I said, they're the ones that, like, you just got to make sure you get them in the right way. But otherwise, pretty straightforward build. Fun. I'm excited. I can't wait to get these things on the table and play. And an interesting thought, like, I took a picture of the Ziphon fighter and the Storm Eagle because I thought, man, this Storm Eagle looks really small, or this fighter looks really, really big. So I took a picture and I sent it to my buddy Cabby because he actually has both in the full scale. And I'll put a picture up. I'll show you. I'll put both pictures up. But you can see, here's the Aeronautica one. You can see how big the Ziphon looks next to the Storm Eagle. And then here's the 40K one. And they're the same size. Don't mind the wings. The wings are on his Ziphon are backwards. He liked the Battlestar Galactica look better. But the point is that they are to scale. And that kind of threw me a little bit. So I was excited about that. But there you go. That's the contents of the box. Let's get over to the chair so I can give you guys my final thoughts on this. All right, sit tight. All right, so there you guys go, man. That is the Aeronautica Imperialis Wrath of Angels box set, man. Very cool models, of course, you know. The plastic just makes them that much better. Like I said, just be careful when putting together the night wings. Make sure the wings go in the right position, because otherwise they're not gonna sit right and they won't swing open or close if that's what you want to do. I personally glued mine, but that's whatever, you know, the choice is yours. Other than that, they're pretty good. Pretty easy to put together. Definitely worth it. It's sad to find out that Games Workshop has released the new Eldar bombers, the Vampire Hunter and the Raider, but they're releasing them through Forge World, so they're going to be Forge World models, and they're going to be really expensive. It's disheartening to hear that, because along with the Necrons and then the Orc Super Heavy Bomber, I fear that this game might be going back towards Forge World, and if it does, that's pretty much it for me. I mean, because I played the Forge World version originally, and I still have all my orcs. They were very, very expensive. The models are very, very badly warped. I just don't want to invest in more Forge World resin. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my choice. It's up to you whether or not you want to do that, but I won't have any Forge World kits. So that's it for that. As always, guys, like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one.